Just a quick reminder before we jump in. Everything we share here is personal and subjective and meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. We reflect on patterns and dynamics from our lives, research, and what we've learned from our work. But this isn't professional advice or a substitute for therapy. When we mention people like family, friends, or exes, those references are intentionally vague or altered to protect privacy and don't reflect every person in our lives who fits those labels. Our goal is to support healing, not blame. Please check the full disclaimer in the show notes for more information.
Welcome to Self-Centered, the podcast that's all about you. We're your hosts.
I'm Allie, a therapist and life coach.
And I'm Katie, a fitness coach and personal trainer. We know what it's like to feel burnt out, taken for granted, and like your life revolves around everyone but yourself.
By learning to trust yourself, prioritize your needs, and set healthy boundaries, we help you break free from guilt, overfunctioning, and toxic patterns that keep you stuck in relationships and a life that doesn't truly serve you.
Join us each week as we dive into the tools, stories, and mindset shifts you need to create a life that centers you.
Because being self-centered isn't selfish, it's essential.
Alrighty, welcome friends. We're back for another week, another episode. So Allie and I have been doing a fuck ton of teaching. Let's rephrase. Allie has been doing a fuck ton of teaching. I've been here as a participant to tell you guys all the human things that that we all might think while Allie teaches. So we're going to do a little bit less intense episode today. I know we're all excited for that break.
But still very relevant.
Very
to
relevant.
all of us, including Katie and me.
Yes. So I came across this article, it was probably about a month ago now, that kind of blew my mind once I started getting more into it. So the title of the article, Blocking Mobile Internet on Smartphones Improves Sustained Attention, Mental Health, and Subjective Well-Being. And I should mention this is a peer-reviewed journal article that was conducted by a team led by Dr. Philip Lorenz Spreen from the Max Planck Institute for Human Development in Berlin. Co-authors were also Stanford University, University of Bristol, and University of Bath. This study is specifically trying to understand the impacts of smartphones on our mental health, on our cognitive functioning, and how we function on a day-to-day basis because of it. The study was conducted using 467 participants, and it was a month-long randomized control trial. So basically what they did, they took these people and they said, hey, for 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to use the Wi-Fi and internet function of your smartphone. So we're going to make your smartphone not so smart. You can still have messaging, like text messaging. You can still get phone calls. So you're still connected. You have mobile phone, but you do not have internet usage. When they wanted to see what would happen, they were looking at 3 different outcomes. They were looking at subjective well-being.
Which subjective well-being would be by the participants.
Yes.
Report.
So they're self-reported.
Them saying, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they did. It was like a text message survey that they did every few days.
That's great.
Yeah. They were looking at their overall mental health, and then they were also looking at their ability to sustain attention. So overall mental health, subjective well-being, and ability to sustain attention. And they used this thing called GRAD CPT, the Gradual Onset Continuous Performance Task test. So that particular test was objective, whereas everything else was self-reports. So these 467 people, they divided them into 2 groups. Group 1 said, okay, we're going to take away your Wi-Fi and mobile internet usage for the next 2 weeks. And they measured, okay, well, what's your subjective well-being, what's your mental health indicators, and what's your attention. And we're going to measure those for the first 2 weeks. And then they also did that same thing for the delayed group as well. The second group then had their internet taken away for the last 2 weeks, and they continued to measure first and second groups. So even though each group only had 2 weeks taken away, they were measured for these parameters for the entire month, just to make sure that it wasn't like, oh, you know that you're in a study about your cell phone usage? Yeah, let's see, even though you haven't had it taken away, let's see if your mental health changes. First, only 25% of the people were able to stick with the study. I know, wild. So it was like 100.
I get it, though. It is so hard. I tell myself all the time, you're cut off at night so you can go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's bad. So it was like 160 participants of the 467 were able to complete the study. And how they considered completion was 90% of the time during that 2 weeks. They did not have access to internet. And they had this app
on
called the
their phone.
Freedom app. They had an app called the Freedom app installed on their phone that the researchers were able to actually see, did they comply with the study or did they turn it off? And it automatically disabled internet usage for these participants. Now, the people did still have access to laptops and computers and tablets, and they could still get on internet. They just couldn't get on mobile internet. So this is specifically related to cell phone mobile internet. That's it.
I have a
They have
question.
access to everything else. Yeah.
So the study said 100% of the time you can't be on your phone on the internet. You can only text and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the information that the study kept as valid was the participants who only didn't listen to that 10% of the time. Because you said 90%.
Yeah. So they had to have a 90% or more success rate.
Oh, success rate. Okay, great. It
Yeah.
wasn't set up as 10% of the time you can be on it. It was
Correct.
just, okay,
Yeah, it was
got
90% success rate. Anybody that had less, so like there might have been people that turned the thing off for a couple days that dropped them down to like 70% success rate. They threw out that data.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So they were only looking at the people who were successful 90% or more of the time with keeping the parameters on the phone. So what they found, daily smartphone internet usage dropped from 314 minutes per day down to 161 minutes per day during the blocking period. So those 2 weeks. And this was both in the intervention.
2 hours
initial,
and 40 minutes of talking or texting on your phone, like using it as a phone, basically. My question is, what are they doing with that screen time? The only things they can do are text and call,
text
right?
and call. Yeah. But your phone, I mean, you could also have your calculator up. You could have your notes app up because this is all on iOS.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your phone's on airplane mode. Oh,
kind of, but with access to texting and calling.
Right. But yeah, you could use your notes app. You could be playing a game that's downloaded.
You can take photos. You could take videos. Yep. You could be playing a game that
I just wanted to
require
get a sense of
Wi-Fi.
like, what could they be doing during that time? Okay.
That's
Got
a good
it.
question. Yeah. Yeah. Because
Okay.
like I think about that for myself. Like I use my phone notes section all day long. I mean, that's where most of my work stuff is. So yeah, you could have access to that.
Okay. So it went from, sorry, say it one more time.
Yeah. So it went down from 314 minutes down to 161 minutes during the intervention. So
Cool.
during those 2 weeks.
Yep.
At the end of those 2 weeks, this first group, they rebounded up to 265 minutes. So it went up, but it wasn't nearly as much as it was when they first started, right? So they sustained some of that benefit of not being on their phone as much.
Yeah.
In the delayed intervention group, so the delayed intervention group was the second 2 weeks. They only got their internet taken away for those last 2 weeks of the study. Their daily screen time decreased from 336 minutes to 322 minutes during the first 2 weeks when they were not removed from internet, meaning that's just the bias that like, oh, I know I'm in a study that's asking about my internet usage.
Right.
And then when they were forced to remove the internet usage, it dropped down to 190 minutes per day. So still a pretty significant improvement. What?
Yeah, I
40%
know.
drop.
Think about all the time you get back. 1 to 2 hours.
Right? Wild. Okay, so when they looked at the results, because remember they're doing this self-reporting thing the entire time of, okay, how's my mental health? How's my subjective well-being? And then what's my sustained attention based off of that grad CPT thing? So both groups, whether they had the initial intervention or the delayed intervention, both had improvements in anxiety and depression markers.
Yeah.
They both had more positive emotions and increased life satisfaction. And their objective performance on that grad CPT assessment for their attention improved to a degree that was equivalent to reversing 10 years of age-related decline.
Wait, hold on. Wait, can you say that again? What?
Removing internet usage for that 2 weeks
Yes.
and testing them on this
Grad CPT. thing.
attention marker, this
The
test to
objective
see how-
one, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
objective attention test. it improved their performance to a degree that was equivalent to reversing 10 years of age-related decline
After 2 weeks.
after 2 weeks.
Wait.
Yeah, so you got 10 years younger after 2 weeks of
my
disconnecting
gosh, I
from
think
mobile
we're
internet.
gonna have to do this.
I know. I was thinking about that this week after I read this article.
But you
I was
know
like,
what? I need a substitute for my drug of.
okay, so that was another thing.
Oh, okay.
Let me find
You're like,
exactly where that said that. Because
that reminds me, Allie, here's the drug.
well, it wasn't the drug, but
I know, but it's some substitution thing. Oh, the things that they were doing with the time that they used to be.
well, there was that. Hold on. There's
Okay.
also that.
Sorry.
But the other.
I'm being you right now. I'm like,
I know.
wait, you're like, I'm about to
But
tell
wait,
you. And I'm
what
like,
about this?
but wait, but will you tell me this? And you're like, I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read this verbatim from the thing because it says it best. To put these effects into context, the change in objectively measured sustained attention ability is about the same magnitude as 10 years of age-related decline and about a quarter of the difference between healthy adults and those with ADHD, meaning the attention ability that a healthy adult has versus the attention that someone with ADHD has, it brought them 25% closer to the healthy adult.
But each 25% closer from where they started.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's saying essentially that this is specifically beneficial for someone with ADHD or someone with FOMO was another portion that it mentioned here. Another thing it said, the observed effect of the intervention on depression symptoms.
Wait, hold on. FOMO?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah, but how does that relate to people fear missing out and so they go on social media?
Yeah, because you're connected to
Well, you
what does
feel
everyone
like you're
do?
connected.
You feel like you're connected exactly to
But
what is
then it
everyone
just
doing.
makes you sad.
It does, yeah, which is what connects also into these anxiety and depression symptoms. So what it also said was the observed effect of the intervention on depression symptoms. Remember they were doing this like survey every week was larger than the meta-analytic effect of antidepressants and similar to that of cognitive behavior therapy. And I want to point out one of the things that this article said specifically, this journal said specifically, is it wasn't just that they had removed the internet. One of the things that they also surveyed was what did you do with your time now that you're not spending an additional 2.5 hours on your phone?
Ooh, I'm
and
so
the vast
excited to hear
majority,
this.
I know, the vast majority of people, instead of spending all of their time on social media
Right.
and scrolling their phone and looking through mobile internet, the things that they did instead were exercise, increase their social connectiveness, and sleep.
No, seriously.
So it's like, okay, be more social, connect with friends, connect with people that you love and that are meaningful to you. Sleep, rest, recover, get outside, be in nature was another thing that it said.
No, but you have
and
to
then
break the addiction somehow. So
You do, yeah, and then
to
exercise.
get there.
And what's so funny, like I'm convinced, I talk about this in fitness too, but I'm convinced like the vast majority of people know what they need. Like when it comes to fitness and exercise, I'm like the vast majority of people know what healthy eating looks like. They know what exercise looks like. Like I don't actually need to sit here and teach you what it means to eat healthy and what it means to exercise. You move your body and you eat fruits, vegetables, healthy grains and protein. Like it's simple, right? What people need help with is how do I stop doing the things that are self-sabotaging to me?
Yeah.
How do I actually
exactly.
disconnect from the things that are harming me?
Right. And that's because you're using them compulsively. You don't feel like you're in control of it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that's what this is saying too, is that, okay, once we forced people to not be connected to the thing that is harming them, and even in the study, they reported that 80% of the people agreed that they use and are on their phone too much. So we all know, the vast majority of people know, oh, I'm spending way too much time on my phone. It is contributing to my brain rot. I am not as connected. I, have increased anxiety. My attention span is lower. The vast majority of us know, but we cannot disconnect because it's addictive.
It is addictive. Yeah. I think I would need a sponsor. You know how for AA that you have sponsors when you have the urge to drink? We should create a selfie group chat or something on some platform or something where
On a not internet connected platform.
well, if you can text.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like an internet connected platform would be like Facebook and Facebook Messenger. So a not internet connected platform.
Well, I mean, we don't have to follow the study. All we have to do is stop scrolling. Like we can just, because there's apps for this, or there's things on Droids or your iPhone for this, where you choose that certain apps you can't use and certain ones you can use. So even if we chose something that was connected by the internet, it's fine as long as it acts only as texting. But a group chat where, I mean, you're just talking. I mean, I think that'd be a good idea anyway. Let us know if you're interested, Selfies. And it could also serve as right now I really want to be on just scrolling, but here's what I'm thinking about. Here's what happened today. And it just creates social connection instead. And, and even helping kind of problem solve for each other. Okay, well, this is how much energy I have. What could I do with my time instead? You know, all my friends are busy right now and I'm kind of tired. What would you do? Oh, okay, I'm going to do a puzzle and then I'm going to send you a picture of me doing the puzzle. You know, it helps a lot to still feel connected and feel like you're not in it alone.
Yeah. And that sort of connection feels like far more authentic connection. You know, what's funny, there's a couple of things I've observed recently. So, you know, like Facebook has the Facebook memories and whatnot, and you can see back from many moons ago. And so I've been getting...
You're like, why are you doing me like that? Facebook, I don't need to remember that.
I know, right? Yeah, some of them, I'm like, you really did me dirty here. But what's funny, so I go back to like OG Facebook posts, like OG, like back when MySpace was still a thing, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like cringe stuff, like, oh, thinking about my place in the universe, or like doing my hair to get ready, you know?
Wait, you did not write thinking about my place in the
something
universe.
Like, no, honestly, something really ridiculous like that. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it's some
Wait,
random
hold on,
like
I'm
that.
just very curious. What were you going through at that time in your life?
Oh,
like,
I don't know.
Oh, you don't remember?
Like, honestly, as a kid, my brain was in existential crisis always. Yeah.
I know you posted those pictures recently of Katie from 2016, and I was like, sending her so much love.
I know. Yeah. I found pictures of myself.
Only 9 years ago. That's kind of crazy.
I know. It is wild. When I look at those photos, I'm like, damn, I'm a totally different human.
You are.
Totally different human. Yeah. It's wild. So when I look at like old social media interactions, people would just like randomly comment and you'd have full ass conversations on there about your random ass shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing my hair for this thing. And it's like, oh cool, when are you going? I'm going to be there too.
I know. We don't do that anymore.
No, because everything's fucking curated and perfect.
I know. I guess you would do it by message, but I still think there's less of it. But
there is.
I guess it's more stories now. People respond to your stories, and that's how you do it. So it's not public.
Yeah.
Kind of similar.
And even that, I mean, like, I feel like the things that we post on stories are still
more
so
curated.
Much. They are. It's like the highlight reel as opposed
to. Well, it
kind
of has to be now. On a personal Instagram, no. I mean, although a lot of people feel pressure to do that, but on a professional Instagram, I feel like it has to be curated in some way, not completely fake, but
I know
because of attention though. Like that's what it's about. You know, all the things that they teach you for social media is you have to have a hook. You have to hook the attention of someone in the first second, like the second that they see it, they have to know that what the gist of what this is about, that this is for me and that I would get value from this. Then in the next 3 to 5 seconds, you have to keep them interested. And it's because of this. It's because of what you're talking about of losing our attention span, basically. And we're just scrolling, and we're consuming so much and processing so much that things need to become more and more of a dopamine hit or more and more of a attention grab.
Yeah. And the shitty thing is that it reinforces that.
Of course. Yeah, exactly.
Is that we're changing our models and use of social media in order to abide by how people are using social media. And then we end up making the gap even bigger.
Well, and the thing is, so for us on the pod Instagram, we could choose to go on without a plan and just do a live and be like, hey, what's up? How you guys doing? You know, it's nice outside here. Da, da, da. No one's gonna.
Yeah.
That's not gonna grab. You know, so it's if you want to actually connect with anyone, you have to do this. So yeah, it is dystopian
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. I think that we can't be fully centered. We can't be fully in our seat if we do not have control over where our attention goes. And we're giving our power away if we are. Yeah. And the thing is, we're not even saying, oh, here's my power. Here's my attention. It's an addiction. So yeah, they own our attention. That's one of the things that I've really been trying to work on. So I was excited when you wanted to talk about this on the pod because in order to connect to our intuition more and to really know how are things impacting us, what are the messages that are coming up for us, we have to be able to be present.
Yes.
And we're not present if we're just in our heads. We're out of our body. And when we're not embodied, we're not, it's not good.
Since I read this, I've been thinking more about my social media habits and I'm like, oh, fuck. And my, internet use habits. And, I use my phone for everything. One thing I realized when moving into this new place is I don't have any paper anywhere.
Oh.
Like, I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I couldn't even find a pen for
Oh no, Katie. I guess I'm in a different situation because I write notes with pen and paper during every single session that I have so I can remember it, but that's different. I mean, you don't need to do that for your job. You put
I
things
do
in
write
your
notes,
app.
but everything I do is through my phone.
Yeah.
Because I'll lose shit. Like
well, yeah. I mean, I can't put shit in my phone because I HIPAA, but yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I realized when I moved into this new place, because I have paper and it's in a box in storage.
Oh my God.
I know exactly where it is.
I'm going to send you a quill and an ink bottle.
So what a quill and an ink bottle.
And a piece of parchment, some parchment scrolls.
Look.
Look at you. Oh, wow. That's a lot of pens.
It is.
Like
well,
20
I just
pens.
got them.
You go to Costco?
Yeah. No, I ordered on Amazon, which bummer about that, but whatever. Trying to use less Amazon.
Yeah.
But I also need to prioritize. Okay. What do you have? What do you have time and space
No,
for?
totally.
So, I finally got fucking paper. I got 2 notebooks for paper and pens.
Step one, selfies, get paper and get a pen.
But because one of the things I realized is I would be like, oh, I need to remember to do this thing. Something I've mentioned for a while. I struggle with executive functioning and it's gotten much better as I've worked through my PTSD. However, I struggle with memory so bad and I struggle with being able to remember and do said tasks or whatnot that come up and taking initiative to do said tasks because I get stuck in the doom scroll thing, right?
Right.
So I'll use my phone and I'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to write down a list of things that I need to complete on my phone. And then I go and I get my phone and because it's so habitual, I'll pick up my phone and then I click on the Instagram.
Yes, it's automatic and you'll open it multiple times yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Or something that really bugs me, Facebook. I fucking hate Facebook right now. I need to just delete it from my phone. That would be easier, actually. This is the first time I thought about that. That was dumb.
Yeah.
But Facebook has been sending me notifications for things that have nothing to do with me. It's random people posted said link or whatnot.
Go and change your notifications, Tim.
Yeah, and I hate having the little notification icon up on it.
Turn them all off.
Yeah.
Turn them off for every app.
Yeah, I need to do that because this is really annoying. So I'll go to the Facebook app to clear out the notification and say, I want to see less of this. I want to see less of this. I want to see less of this. Right. And then I get stuck into the scroll on Facebook.
Because
and I'm
something had a good hook.
And it wasn't
they
even that.
Succeeded.
I'll literally just click on the app and have forgotten that I wanted to clear out the notification.
I know. I know. I went on the Facebook app to go to Marketplace because I'm getting stuff for my new apartment. And I forgot that I wanted to go for that. And then something that someone posted interested me. So I clicked on it. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. And it's like my brain has to work so hard to be like, wait, what was it that I was doing? And then I go and do it's just, oh my gosh, we're probably so drained by it.
Yeah.
They didn't measure energy levels, right? Because I'm sure
No, what
energy levels
they
was part of it. I mean, in
no,
general, not that they
unless
tracked
that
it,
was
but I'm
part
sure it
of
improved.
subjective well-being.
Probably, yeah.
Because so one of the things I'm looking at this part now across both conditions, both the intervention initially and the delayed intervention. And this is, of course, also reporting the intervention group still maintained these benefits after the intervention, meaning 2 weeks. So they had the 2 weeks where they no longer had the internet,
Yep.
and then they got it back
Right.
for 2 weeks. And they continued to measure these markers for them, and they maintained these benefits
For 2 weeks, or they
for
kept
this
measuring?
the additional 2 weeks after.
Yep.
So
Okay.
they only measured for a total of a month.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Right. But to say that, okay, it doesn't stop just the second you get the
I mean,
internet
that's pretty
back.
good to be able to
A
maintain it for 2 weeks
few more weeks, yeah.
because I can't even get myself to stop being on my phone after 8 p.m. to go to bed.
Right.
To like,
So,
my brain is just so, and then I'm like up late because I'm like, oh, well, I should turn my phone off, but like I used to play a game and now I'm like, no, the game really keeps you up because then I'm like, oh, well, I'll do it after this. And then I'm like, no, I just want to try one more time to win. And then I'm like, so I don't do the game because I know starting the game is a bad idea. So now I try to do things that are less addictive. So I'll go to Pinterest. But then when I'm on Pinterest, I'll get inspiration for what I want to do to my bathroom. And then I'll go start Googling different ways to do it. And what is that doing? It's just stimulating me. But it's
yeah.
almost like I'm so stimulated that I can't get myself to. The addiction really hits the hardest at night for me when I'm trying to fall asleep. It's like I can't just be like, okay, I'm going to turn this off and go to bed. Like it's like I need a ramp. Like that's what I'm always thinking about is like, how can I ramp down? I just need to do something else at bedtime. So I think I need to even charge my phone outside of the bedroom so that when my alarm goes off, I have to leave the bedroom to get it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I can't lay in bed and scroll on my phone. And because I'll bring a book to bed with the best of intentions, and then I'll go on my phone.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is just I need to not do the initial. I get so sucked in. I don't know. Maybe we could look more into this.
That's actually something I remember years ago. I remember Mel Robbins, when she did the 5-second rule, talking about that too, that put your phone on the other side of your room.
Yeah.
Like when you're ready to go to bed, you set your alarms, you set it across the room. So one, when your alarm goes off, you have to get up and get out of bed. But two, you can't lay in bed and scroll and stay up doom scrolling for hours and hours and hours.
I'm not doom scrolling. I'm happy inspiration scrolling, but still.
Yeah, I think, just depends on why people are doing it. Yeah. But, scrolling
it's positive, but it's addictive.
It is.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing is I just recently saw this study that, let me find it. The study that they found that even if your phone is off, even if it's flipped over and you can't see the screen, if you can physically see your phone, it reduces your cognitive capacity. So this study in the Journal of the Association for Consumer Research, the study is called Brain Drain. The mere presence of one's own smartphone reduces available cognitive capacity. And I guess they call it, in research, they call it the brain drain hypothesis, and other people have studied it as well. So this has been replicated, that just the presence of your smartphone occupies limited capacity cognitive resources in your brain, which leaves fewer resources available for other tasks and undercuts cognitive performance. Results from 2 experiments done in this there's other experiments, but the one that I'm looking at right here was 2 experiments, indicate that even when people are successful at maintaining sustained attention, as when avoiding the temptation to check their phones, the mere presence of these devices reduces available cognitive capacity. These cognitive costs are highest for those highest in smartphone dependence.
That's wild. That reminds me of you'll know what I'm talking about better than I'll be able to say it. So the bell and the dog,
Oh,
whenever it
Pavlov.
thank you.
Yeah,
I'm like, I know you'll know this.
it
That it's
rings a
like
bell.
uh,
Easiest joke.
oh
Easiest
God.
joke.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know. So bad.
Anywho, but yeah, like as soon as the bell was rung, the dog is immediately thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get fed," and it starts drooling. That's what it
Yeah.
reminds me of.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
an
oh okay,
automatic. It's not a choice. Yeah.
yeah, we see the phone and we're like, "Oh okay, there might be a notification. I might get some sort of dopamine hit from seeing this thing come up, or the benefit of each scroll or each new thing that comes onto the
It
phone."
has this pull on us
Yeah, it does. It
because
does.
the dopamine hits are in it.
Yeah,
So there's the association that our brain has.
yeah,
If I'm lonely, if I'm bored,
yeah,
even if I'm not, it's just now automatic.
yeah. I think of we've
This
talked
is
about
really
like
motivating me.
I know, I know. Oh, I'll talk about screen time in a little bit,
We
but
might end up. Oh shit! Oh no, I didn't look at mine. I'm so
it's okay, it's
scared.
okay, it's okay. This reminds me too, like we've mentioned briefly that okay, this is preventing us from being self-centered and from staying in our seat. And I think about, you guys know I went through a breakup somewhat recently, and there's a lot to process with all that shit. And there's been a lot that's come up for me,
Yeah.
not even related to the breakup, just related to like my own values and beliefs and like things that I'm having to work through and unlearn.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those times that those things have come up, there have been a number of times where I have stopped and I'm like, oh, I feel like something's coming up. I should go distract myself for the sake of distracting myself. Not because I can't deal with the thing right then and there. Like, I'm at home, I have the capacity.
Yeah.
I don't have any, like, this will be like a Friday night, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I should really address it. Let me pull out my phone. Like, and
Yeah.
start scrolling and like pull myself away from trying to figure out the root of the thing. I could have figured out the unlovable thing days before, I guarantee it, had I not just fucking gotten down the rabbit hole. And yes,
A lot of it is
distraction
that
for
we're
a purpose is good.
exhausted because I'm just thinking about you, especially at that time, even more so. You were exhausted. So it's almost, I don't have the energy to think through this and do it diligence right now. So I'll just chill on my phone and think about this later, which to an extent makes sense. But then I think we need to look at how do we conserve our energy overall so we're less likely to be in that situation? How are we making space and room? What are we saying no to? So,
Okay, but so then I think about what this study mentioned, that when people were disconnected from the internet, they engaged in activities that actually improved their mental health and subjective well-being, of
Yes.
like getting outside, getting in nature, social connectiveness, exercise, that sort of thing. You and I talked about this recently. One of the things that I'm dealing with is my days are so stacked. When I
Yeah.
start work, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back until I'm done for the day. I mean, I'm lucky if I have a 1 hour break, and that's usually from a cancellation. And so there are some days where it's like I start at 5 a.m., I don't finish until 7 p.m. And I've had fucking 12 to 14 appointments in that time, and all like I have to be on. And so then I get home and I'm like, oh my God, I just want some space for myself. I just want to do
Yeah.
something for myself, right? But I'm so exhausted.
Right.
And so I turn my brain of like, oh, okay, well, I'll just sit here and I'll scroll on social media because that'll give me a dopamine boost. And then I use that because I've gotten in the habit on the days that I do have time to actually get out and do the things I want to do, which are exercise, walk my dogs,
Mm-hmm.
be in nature, go to the beach,
Yeah.
meal prep, clean my apartment so I feel more organized, attack this list of to-do
Get a
things that
pen
I
and
have.
paper.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so that's part of why I got the fucking pen and paper was because I've had like a million things on my to-do list and I keep forgetting to write them into the notes app because every time I open my phone, I go to the social media.
Oh
That was part of the problem. Yeah,
no.
that's what I forgot to say that earlier. So that's why I got the pen and paper. And I had to get like a whole fridge setup thing now So I have like little magnetic whiteboard lists on my fridge now so that I don't have to write this shit in my
That's
phone
good.
because I'm like I keep like losing my brain every
Yeah.
single time that my phone has to come into the picture. So I'm like, how do I disconnect from this? How do I have more concrete reminders that are in my face that don't involve me potentially clicking on social media and getting
Oh my
sucked down the rabbit hole?
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So for me, it's like, okay, yeah, initially scrolling on my phone was like an energy thing that like, oh, I'll feel good for just having some like chill brain time for myself. But then it starts stealing from the things that will actually give me energy that I actually want.
Yeah.
The exercise, the meal prep, the rest. Oh my God, going to sleep. Even yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to bed at 9 p.m. You know who got stuck on their phone until 10:30 last night?
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yep.
doesn't support me. That doesn't
No.
help keep me
No,
centered.
it sucks. And I usually, when I'm up late because I was on my phone, I always feel so bad. And it's such a shitty way to go to bed because you're just like disappointed and you're like, I know I'm going to be tired and I just
Yeah.
wasted all that time.
Yeah. So what's another couple minutes since I already know I'm going to disappoint myself?
Oh, I don't
That's
do
what I end up
that.
doing.
No, I'm just like sad. Because I'm not even there when I'm actually like on it. Yeah, it's just, yeah, this makes me want to come up with a challenge and some little bit of support for
Yeah.
the selfies. Maybe we could do one for August.
Yeah.
So I'll think about it. And if you want to join the challenge, follow us on Instagram because that's where I'll share details for it.
Yeah.
If you want to join the challenge of not being on Instagram, come follow us on Instagram where you're going to be before the challenge.
We're actively working on finding solutions.
Well, I mean, you got to find us somewhere. Wouldn't
Yeah.
a podcast be something you can't do on your phone? Listen to?
Hypothetically, yeah, I
You
guess
would have
so.
to
Unless
listen to
you,
it on your computer.
yeah. Yeah.
But I see, I think I would change our challenge. I wouldn't have it be exactly what the study did because I think it should be
No.
okay to listen to a podcast and go for a walk, listen to your music, listen to Spotify, so
Yeah.
there's certain things, but I think, yeah, I'll think about it. I'll think about it because it'll be like, here are the parameters, here are the recommendations for what you can do instead. Oh, you know what we could do on Instagram? They have those private, what are they called?
Oh, channels.
Yeah, we could do a channel.
We could do a channel. Yeah. I don't do, are people able to respond in that though? Because I always thought channels were only the,
I think it used to be that way, but I think now you can respond. I'll have to find out. I don't even see an option for a channel, but we'll look into it and we'll let you all know. So if you are interested in starting this in August, then you have a little over a week until August starts. So go find us on Instagram, selfcentered.pod, Pod, and all the information will be there. And we'll give you the parameters, the ideas that we have for what you can do to support yourself. And then the selfie support through August, which will be a group chat somewhere, but we'll let you know where. We're going
great,
to figure it out by
great.
by this time that you're hearing this. Okay, this is Allie coming in post-production because we decided that we're going to call it the Slow the Scroll Challenge. It's going to start in August. And for those of you who don't have or don't want to use social media to reach out to us to sign up for the challenge, we totally get it. You can just email us at selfcenteredthepod@gmail.com. We also have that linked in the show notes always, so you can go there and look at it to make sure you have the spelling exactly right. Shoot us an email. We will send you the link to join. It's a free Voxer group for support, just chatting, and we will be giving you some ideas as well to slow the scroll. Looking forward to having you.
In the meantime, some things. This study was done on all iPhones. It was all because this was an iOS app that they utilized. But you can go check. I know for sure iPhones have this. I'm certain that Androids have this as well. It's probably just harder to find. There's a spot on your phone that you can look up your screen time. and how
Oh,
much.
yeah. Fuck.
Oh, I
Okay.
know. Sorry to bring that back.
Oh, no, I'm
Mine's
so
not great
scared.
either. And you know what's
Yeah,
really
but you
shitty?
have a job where you're probably not on your phone. I mean, I'm not on my phone when I'm meeting with clients. Are you on your phone when you're meeting with clients?
I have my phone open almost all the time because all of my
Oh, great. Okay, so I might not look that bad. Okay.
because again, all of my
Wait,
programming
where do
is
I
through my
go? I
phone.
don't know if I want to share. Where do I go?
So if you just go to your settings, there's now a search bar in your settings
Okay.
and
Screen
just type
time.
in screen time.
No results. Oh no, there are results. It said no results at first.
I was
Oh
like, we have to
no.
collect this data.
Wait, what's yours? Oh, I might need to read.
So my daily average is 7 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh no, mine's 7 hours and 47 minutes.
But I'm down 22% from last week. So
But
last
also,
week was
can I
worse.
add that I've been creating a lot of Instagram stuff.
You have. That's also part of work. That's the shitty part is all of this just keeps going. Last week's average was 9 hours and 12 minutes.
Wait, did you reduce since you knew we were gonna do the?
I think I reduced this week because so last week when we were initially prepping for this episode, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, 9 hours? Because then I went down the rabbit hole of, okay, well, what's a healthy amount of screen time? Like, or what's considered unhealthy? And I can't remember where I found the article. Sorry about that. But it said anything over 6 hours is considered a severe or a moderate to severe addiction.
No, sure. No, but I feel addicted, so I mean that
Yeah, I
tracks.
was like, oh, fuck. So
Gosh.
I've tried to not be as aggressively on my
Whoa, you
phone.
can click on week at the top and it'll tell you your most used. And my most used is Instagram. So I feel better about that because I was doing a lot of work on Instagram.
Yeah. Mine's also Instagram,
Wait, my
regrettably.
second most is photos, which I
Oh,
guess would make
oh, that
sense.
also makes sense though, because you're pulling videos and
My
photos
third
for.
most is podcast. That's not
That's good.
bad.
Honestly, all of yours looks pretty good. Mine's fucking social media.
Well, mine's Instagram too. I mean, I am doing most of my scrolling on Instagram. I'm surprised that TikTok isn't higher. I'm so proud of myself. My game that I play has
Mhm.
gone down to 55 minutes
Oh, that's great.
on average per day. At first, I thought that. Oh, wait, no, it says, oh, it is 55 minutes for the week. 11 minutes daily average. That's good. I
Oh,
used to
that's
be
great.
playing my game for like multiple hours, but here's the thing, and this is what they say about addictions, is that if you don't actually break the root of addiction, if you don't transform that root, you will just transfer your addiction to something else.
Yeah.
So yes, I reduced the time on the game, but I've increased in other places.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the root of addiction, I'm going to oversimplify this because we're not doing a whole episode on this, but what is addiction? It's basically that you can't be present in this moment without needing
Mm.
something.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you
Oh.
can't just sit here and be present and be fine, and you're feeling on edge or you're feeling too bored, or then that's addiction. You have to heal that and treat that if you don't want to transfer your addiction somewhere else. Which is why my ultimate goal is to be able to get to a place where I am practicing mindfulness regularly every day, because it's just like going to the gym. It's strengthening. It's not really a muscle in your brain, but it's like strengthening the muscle of your brain, of your attention, where you can be present in this moment and have your
Yeah.
attention in this moment. And that also allows you to be connected to your body, allow whatever comes up to come up. So we really need to be able to train our attention. And if you can't be present in this moment, then practice being present for 10 minutes without doing anything. Notice what comes up. Is it that you're fidgety? Is it that you have a ton of anxiety? Is it that you're overthinking? Well, that's the thing that you need to work through in order to then be able to be present. So that's how you can identify what's the root of your addiction. Oh, I want to say, just because I'm in here in this part of the app, on iPhone, there's this thing when you go to screen time, there's this whole section that says limit usage. And you can turn on downtime and you can schedule it where you choose the apps that are allowed. Calls are always available, but then you can choose the apps that are allowed during that time. You'll get a reminder that it's about to be your downtime period for whatever you schedule. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to put my phone in another room when I don't want to be using it. So I have to go get it if I'm going to use it. So those are the things that I'm going to do, selfies. And if you
I
want to
love
work on
that.
this, then you can do that too. Or, if you come up with ideas, let us know, send us a message.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I mean, there are independent apps that do that as well. Like I said, the Freedom app was the one that they used in the study. But the
Yeah.
fact that this is already built into the phone is fabulous. So utilize the tools that you can. Something that I just saw, one of the things that the screen time thing tells you is pickups, like how many times you picked up your phone.
Where's that?
I don't know. Mine's on there now. I didn't see it when I first
It's
looked for
in the
this.
screen time thing.
Yeah, it is. I'm
Mm.
under week and then I scrolled to last week and I'm seeing pickups and I'm seeing last week's average is up 15% from the previous week. But I know. Hold on. So this is really interesting information. Remember how I said that when I grab my phone, I'm usually going to write something down in a note or to accomplish a task. And then as soon as I pick up my phone, I go to Instagram,
Yes.
like just as a habit.
Yeah.
So last week's average was 103 pickups per day. And then it tells me how many pickups were for each app. The first thing that I went to after the pickup,
Yeah.
102 were to Instagram.
Whoa, girl. Well, my pickups are way different than yours.
Yeah, I mean, so 102 is for the entire week. The total pickups were 724, but I'm just saying, like, more than, well, it's, yeah, I
Girl,
know.
my total pickups are 292.
I know. Well,
But
again,
I think
also,
that you're like at your work and stuff.
I know that's
And
part
I'm
of it
not
too.
picking up my phone in session, whereas you're like timing stuff and things, you're
Well,
and
yeah, as soon,
music, right?
yeah, well, I don't do the music from my phone, but I do every single time I finish with a client, I will have to open my phone again, start another, go to another
Holy shit.
program
And then you
thing.
can
But yeah.
pick limits, add limit. You can pick for each app how long, like the limit of how much time you want to spend on it per day.
Yeah.
And you can customize the day. I'm going to do some of this.
I know. So we have lots of tools. Now, one thing that I want to mention, because I mentioned this briefly in the very beginning, but I didn't expand on it very thoroughly.
Oh, the FOMO.
The FOMO thing. So I found the section in the article where it talked about the FOMO. And this also talks about just overall what people notice as their benefits. So I think I'm just going to mention all of this real quick. So most, but not all, of the participants benefited from blocking the mobile internet across both conditions. So the delayed intervention and the intervention. 70.5% of participants reported better mental health post intervention than they had pre intervention. The figure was 73.3% for subjective well being and 58.5% for objectively measured sustained attention. And overall, 90.7% of participants experienced an improvement in at least one of the three measured outcomes, which is
Mhm.
great.
Mhm.
Okay. So from T1 to T2, that was the intervention group. More participants in the intervention group improved compared to those in the delayed intervention group. Given this variation, what factors predicted whether and how much participants benefited? We pre registered two potential moderators of the effects on psychological functioning: FOMO, or the pervasive apprehension that others might be having rewarding experiences from which one is absent, fear of missing out, which we expected might moderate effects on subjective well being and mental health. And then ADHD symptoms, which we expected might moderate the effects on attention. We measured individual differences in FOMO and ADHD at baseline before any participants experienced the intervention. We found that the effects of blocking mobile internet on subjective well being and mental health were moderated by individual differences in FOMO. Participants who felt more FOMO at baseline experienced larger improvements in subjective well being and mental health during the intervention, perhaps because mobile internet itself exacerbates FOMO by frequently showing people what they're missing out on, i.e., the activities their friends are posting about on social media.
Oh, wow.
All of that to say, that particular part I thought was interesting, because if you're a person who feels FOMO, it's essentially saying that you're likely to see more benefit from this.
All right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to start implementing some of this already to try to limit things, and then also doing the challenge that we create with the other selfies. It's so much easier to practice doing new things that are hard when you know that you're doing them with other people and can check in with them.
Yeah.
So look forward to connecting with y'all. And on the whatever group chat that we pick, that you'll see if you go to Instagram. We can talk about anything on there. You know, I think that's part of what'll make it nice is that you can have this social connection of I'm bored. What are you making for dinner? Da, da, da. You know,
Yeah.
instead of okay, I'm gonna scroll.
Do you have people that you do that with?
No.
Like I'm thinking about that now, and like I used to do that with people.
Oh,
Like I
really?
remember when text messaging first became a thing.
I
When
think I did it when I was younger, but I
yeah,
think ever since my friends have gotten married and had kids, they're not
yeah,
doing the just casual
casual chat.
texting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a waste of, I mean, not a waste of time for them, but they're busy.
Yeah, we all have demands on our time in a million
Yeah.
places.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that study. It's illuminating,
Yeah.
to say the least. Y'all go
Yeah.
check your screen time.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe consider decreasing it to see what happens.
Yeah. Unless you're just like weirdly low screen time. And if you
Yeah,
are,
if you
tell
are,
us how you do that.
how did you do it?
Like, how do you maintain that?
Yeah.
You know, what do you do with your time? What
Yeah.
are you intentional about it or did it just happen? Yep.
Yeah. And I do just want to reiterate, and the study did reiterate this as well, but I just want to make sure I reiterate it. The benefit is not solely saying that it's from getting off your phone. The benefit is what do you do with the time that you get back? Do
Right.
you,
Well, I think it's wait, so they think that the benefit is only the time you get back
they
or
think
just
that
the
a
whole
big
month?
part of it, yeah,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
they're saying it's a casual observation that this improved. We also surveyed everyone and asked, what did you do during these times that you normally would have been
Right.
scrolling? And there were significant increases in things that we know science and data have proven
Right.
benefit your mental health.
Yep. Yep.
Exercise, social connectiveness, sleep, getting in nature.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I need to figure out too is low energy things to do at night
Yeah.
between dinner and bedtime because I think that's when it's the toughest. I'm not going to exercise. I'm not going to hang out with people. Like, I'm not going to do those things. And it's not
Yeah.
time for sleep yet.
Maybe you just try switching off of your phone onto the computer. I mean, if you want to scroll, scroll on your computer. I know it seems weird. But that's what they were allowed to do.
I know. I think that's a good point because yeah.
Yeah,
So,
your immediate reaction, you're like, oh, I
so
don't
would
know.
I transfer my addiction to watching TV? That could be part of my ramp down.
You could. Yeah. And I remember when we lived together and we
Yeah.
had like the nightly show thing, it was easier to do that because there was a clear stopping point.
Yeah.
The show ended and it's like, okay, time to go to bed. I feel like you were really good about that. I was not good about that. I was like, oh, let's stay up and watch the whole fucking thing.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'd fall
Well,
asleep on the couch.
yeah, I would come out at 3 in the morning to go to the bathroom and all the lights are on and you're snoring on the couch with the dogs. Okay. I'm gonna shepherd you all to bed. Yeah.
Oh,
Those are
God.
the days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which fun reminder. We recently celebrated our 4-year friend anniversary.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I know, wild. I saw it
Wait,
come up
when
on my
was it? Like
Facebook
2 days
memories.
ago? Wait, when?
Uh,
Yeah, July 1st, because we
July
moved
1st
in
is when we
July
moved
1st,
in together.
2021.
And I think we only met each other like, what, 10 days before that at
Yeah,
most?
something like that. But we weren't friends yet. We
No,
were,
because we hadn't done the diagram.
yeah, we became friends as soon as we did the diagram, which was the night we moved in together.
Yeah.
Actually, technically it wasn't
It was
because
the next day, wasn't
it was
it?
the next day because I did the walk of shame. I wasn't home the first night. I did the walk of shame back. I remember that. I walked in, and since I hadn't lived there yet, all my stuff was there, but I didn't stay the night there that first night. And so I walk in, and one of the neighbors, who's in the same building but different apartment, was outside with his dog, and he was so confused. Why am I coming in here? Because you don't live here. Because he'd never met me because
Oh,
I'd never
yeah.
slept there or anything. And so I came in, and I was like, he was looking at me weird, and I was like, "Hi, I just moved in. I live there." And I was so disheveled. I'm just coming home now. 8 in the morning. And yeah, then I think it was that night that we did the diagram.
It was.
Oh my gosh. Well, July 2nd then. So
Yeah.
that was, well,
Yesterday.
that was yesterday.
Well,
Yeah. So
now
that
you guys
was
know how long it took us to record.
July 2nd. That was 20 days ago.
20 and some change, maybe.
No, 20 because this is going to be on July 22nd.
Oh, that's right. Right. You said the exact date.
Yeah, so July 2nd was our 1 year friendiversary. 1 year friendiversary. And that was 20 days ago. Pretty
Crazy.
cool. All right.
4
Yeah,
year.
we met.
Wait, did we just say 1 year or 4 year?
Oh, yeah, 4 years. Oh, my God.
Okay, so clearly we're struggle busing, so we need to be done soon, friends.
Yeah, we're getting on. Okay, we'll see you in the group chat. Bye.
Best of luck.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at selfcentered.pod or connect with us at selfcenteredthepod@gmail.com.
Stay self-centered, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.